Good morning, Flosstube friends. It is August 6th, 2019, and my name is Sharon. This is Magnolia Nana, and I welcome you. If you have been with me before, always so happy when you can come back to see me. If you're new, please check out what I have to share. It will always be my love of cross stitch, also stash, and most often a book review, because not only do I work in a library, but I am a lifelong reader, educator, and lover of books. It's been a while. As usual, life jumps in and the video gets postponed, but I am really excited to be back today because my stitchy bug has come back. When you saw me last, I was in a funk. Hot summer dog days. I didn't even feel like stitching, but a lot of things that we had to deal with have been taken care of. Some of that is behind us, and getting ready at work for the fall, which won't be the fall season yet in Texas, but it will be fall for our students. That's always exciting to get ready for the new group, and at home trying to get some things done that will help us as the year moves on. Very blessed and very thankful. So now that the stitchy bug is back, any bit of time that I have, I'm doing my best to put a few stitches in. Now today I probably will not be showing as much stitching because I have a good bit of stash. They were gifts, most of them, so I don't feel too badly about that. We celebrated an anniversary a couple of weeks ago, 39 years of marriage. That's a long time, guys. And my husband ordered a couple of beautiful kits, which I will share with you. Then another one that I was enabled to have him order. And then a couple of tools, I guess you would say, or storage options. And then at the end, definitely a book review. So I'm really glad to be here and be back with you, and I hope that you can see what's going on. I'm in the bedroom where it is quiet, so we'll see how this works. I must share first the piece that has gotten the most love, quite appropriately, and that is Summer Quakers, Rosewood Manor, the designer Karen Kluba. And I've raved about this design. I've raved about those Valdani threads. I did not bring mine here with me in the room, but it's a box of delights, that's for sure. So I've been working on this a lot. I know that it will not be finished by the end of summer. I don't see how it could be, but we are almost halfway there. I think we might really be. So let me show you if I can hold it up in all its glory and see if you can see up close. Maybe if I hold it back first, you will see how much has been completed. That center motif was what I worked on right after our last video. And now I am over on this side. I just finished this little small flower pot. This one is almost completed. I have some flowers to put here. I wish there were a way to give you the variegations in this beautiful floss, but I'm going to try to show you that. When I originally thought about this piece, I was asking, do you have to spring for the Valdani threads? And I think the answer is, in this case, absolutely. Because you could not get this unless you could sub out some beautiful gentle arts, but I don't think so. Remember that this is linen, 36 count, I believe, and it is called Truffle. I hope I'm not making you dizzy trying to show this up close. I need to learn to put my camera on the table and not have me behind it. I have to figure that out. So there is another flower like this one that's going to go here. And I just didn't do that one yet. The delightful bees. They gave me a little bit of trouble. One of these I had to frog twice. And I even had this little section going the wrong way. I'm not sure what happened. But there we are. Almost halfway finished with the design. I am doing this as a stitch along with my friend in Virginia. But she is also a very gifted quilter and knitter. And so those other crafts have taken her away from stitching as much on this piece. She has done some quilts this summer that are just delightful for grandchildren. So she will catch up. I know we're not in a race, but if this is on your stash list, any of the Quakers, seasonal Quakers, oh, go for it. Each little motif is a finish. The colors will just make your day. The threads are fun to work with. Now, before I put this away, I want to give credit to the dear Flosstuber who originally messaged me about using a Potco needle or thread organizer for this piece, particularly needle, because you change your colors so often. That Flosstuber, and you must check her out, I'm sure you probably have, is Cynthia Brew, B-R-E-W, and I believe she has added to her title Stitching in the Light. But she was the one who sent me that message and said a friend of hers was stitching one of the Quakers and using the Valdani threads, and she said, you just have to have each needle threaded and be ready to stitch the next color to save time. It made the piece. So thank you, Cynthia, and do that if you decide to do this piece. Now the next little project I have is the one I was using at work on my lunch hours, and it has not gotten quite as much love as I would like, but it will definitely, hopefully, be finished this year. It is one of the old kits that my husband ordered on eBay. It is the house Montaigne in Natchez, Mississippi, and this is by Delta Needlecraft. It was printed way back in 1978, but it is as beautiful now as it was in 78, I feel sure. This is where I am. So the windows are almost finished. This little side part of the house has come out, and you can see that the sky is coming down to meet the greens that will be finished up here. Then there will be just lots of green confetti here because this is a tree on both sides. But it's coming fairly close. There's a section underneath of grass and maybe some bushes, I'm not sure, but not a lot. So getting close. And this is an easy stitch. It's on 14 count Aida, a very soft, delightful Aida. And of course, pink, historic house. What's not to like? I am stitching this one in hand with the sewing method, which makes it go a lot faster, and I don't think it has messed up my tension. I hope not. Then the next piece, I want to give a little warning. If you are watching and you are my oldest daughter, don't watch this part. Just walk away, do something different. I am doing this beautiful butterfly kit for this precious daughter's birthday. Samantha of Crafting Between Stitches was working on this and showed it finished. The colors when it is actually stitched, oh people, it is gorgeous. So whether this will be finished by this weekend, I'm not sure, but it is just such fun. She will definitely receive it as soon as possible. Let me show you what I've done. So you can see how bright and beautiful the colors are. This flower is finished except for the top stitching or back stitching. And you can see that the butterfly's wing is finished here, except for a tiny little bit there. plus back stitching. So I'll need to finish this wing. There's a flower here and a small butterfly above and below, and then more flowers. This won't be finished by the weekend. I'm sad. She will understand and she will get it ASAP. I had hoped to make it into either a flat fold or a hanging small pillow with a ribbon at the top. But if I were to find the perfect frame and frame it ourselves, we may do that. She loves butterflies, and these colors we all love. So it is called Butterfly Dream by Dimensions. Is it considered? It's not gold petite or anything. It's just Dimensions. It is a new kit, so it is available at Michael's, Hobby Lobby. I think we ordered it from 123 Stitch, or maybe from an eBay seller, but love this kit. And it is also on ivory 14 count Aida. I worked also on my Peaceful Countryside, the Dimensions kit by Charles Wysocki, the art. I didn't get it in from the car because it had gone to work, so I'll bring it next time. And maybe by then there will be a lot more progress. So if you are not a stash person, I guess you're going to have to turn off the video. But people, these are some fun old kits if you're interested in seeing what I received as anniversary gifts. The first one is one that was enabled by Connie G Stitches, and she is working on this piece. Let me just take it out so that you will not deal with glare. It is called Holy Family, and we love stained glass. And this has the look of a beautiful piece of stained glass. And of course, we are a family of faith, so this is very meaningful. If it is finished, I don't even think I will put it away at Christmas. I think I will leave it in a place of honor. So it is a very old Dimensions kit. The number is 8784. It is still available on eBay. One of the kits that was made still in the United States. I believe the art is Randy Wollenman. It is stitched on black Aida, and I have never stitched on black. Oh my word, what does that do to our light? So this will be a nice experiment, but look at the threads. See, you can tell this is an old kit because they're not on the thread cards like the new kits, but that is going to be rich, no question. It's calling to me, but I have to have a finish before I start this, just have to. So root me on for a finish so that I can have this as a new start. And then the anniversary gifts. My husband knew I had been looking on the internet at these particular kits because we love art, and this is the National Gallery in London, but he ordered these for my anniversary. I cannot pronounce this artist's name. I should have asked my daughter. Bosschart? I don't know. Bosschart, my goodness. Maybe he's German. But it is called A Still Life of Flowers. And I've never done a DMC kit, but these are packaged so beautifully. Is that not the most beautiful, beautiful still life? And if you see the back of the kit, you can see the Aida and the threads. I have not opened it. I don't know if the threads are on an organizer. Let's check that out. Take just a minute to do that. Oh, they are. Look how beautiful. They're on an organizer with the symbols above. This will be perfect. Maybe I should braid these. I've noticed a lot of people doing that. And then the Aida, which is white. But it doesn't look like you're going to see any of that. So another one that is calling, please start me. DMC, the National Gallery. This one is Monet, and it is the Thames below Westminster, so again, London. You know, I would not have picked this. This is very subdued. But I am thrilled that he chose it because, of course, we would love to see this part of the world, and it really spoke to him. If you look at these threads, you can see how subdued those colors are. But we both love Monet. We just saw his amazing exhibit at the Kimball in Fort Worth of his art in his later years. I'm not sure if this is one of the ones he did in the later years. No, it said it was painted in 1871. But it is also on white Aida, and it will be full coverage. If any of you have stitched DMC kits and you have any suggestions, give me a comment. And also the full coverage, I'll just have to be very careful with my tension and not losing my place in my chart. But oh, I'm so excited to have these in my collection. And then a little bit more stash, just some tools. We made a trip to our home state of Mississippi for a special birthday, and we had to run in the Hobby Lobby there, of course. And I don't know if I had missed these at my little Hobby Lobby, but look at these precious pens. So I don't know if I can use that as a counting pen. Is that too sharp? Maybe not. But I have put them in a sweet pen cushion my grandson made me. Quite appropriate. I never finish anything, and it didn't finish the word anything. But just love those. And I have not had any counting pens, so I hope I can use them for that. Very inexpensive with my little coupon. And then I went in Target with one of my sons who was looking for something else. And these are now out in the school section. This is a hard plastic, so it's not going to smush into a bag. But what I love is that it opens all the way up. And look at that. It opens flat. Plus, you can see everything that's in here. Now, of course, it's a pencil case, but I'm thinking tools, maybe even threads. I don't know. Get creative with that. Somewhere around $2, $3. A lot of fun. And then my final stash, which is just a storage box. Again, Samantha, you enable me with your beautiful boxes. We found this one on clearance at what was it? TJ Maxx. This is Kate Spade, and look, I love polka dots. But it has the little gold edging. And the inside, look at this. How fun. So I'm going to try to follow Samantha's lead and put a big project in here and put it on my shelf. There's even a little label. Hers says stowaway, but I could turn that over and put the name of the project on the other side or add something to the front. So fun. Now my book review, if I can just pull up the picture that I had found for you. I've spoken of the Scottish author Alexander McCall Smith, and I told you about the Ladies' #1 Detective Agency books. I finished all of those. They are so wonderful. But this is my first in his series called 44 Scotland Street. And I just finished this one, and I'm on the next one, which is called Espresso Tales. Oh, how fun. Character development, all about the city of Edinburgh. Interesting life observations. That's all I know to call it. Not a lot of plot, but just entertaining and mind-opening. So if you can get Mr. Smith, Alexander McCall Smith, and start either of his series, you will love getting to know those characters. One of the main characters is a little boy named Bertie, who has a mom who is worse than a helicopter mom. And you just want to shake her, and you also want to adopt Bertie. There are also some fun characters who run an art gallery. And all the characters around this area of Scotland Street, this area of Edinburgh, and the lives they live. Mr. Smith has a gift for giving you a character that you feel you've grown up with and that you know, and you want to see what happens to that character, and you don't want the book to end. So fortunately, he has a long series. This particular series was written as an installment for the Scotsman newspaper there in Edinburgh. So each week, the readers would get a chapter of the book, which makes it even more interesting. It makes you think of Charles Dickens, as he wrote in installments that way. But fun little chapters, and you just want to keep moving through. Let me go for today. I didn't mean to go over 20 minutes. So happy to be back. I want to have lots more stitching to show you next time. I want to come back sooner if I can, and I'm just thrilled if you are spending time with me. If you've not subscribed, think about doing that. I'll try to do a little more regular videos as the year goes on. The more stitching I can do, the more videos I can do, right? So take care, enjoy what you're working on, stitch what calls you, and thanks to those floss tubers I mentioned who either enabled me or gave me wonderful suggestions that have helped my process. And let's visit again very soon. Have a super wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.